All right, guys. Out here doing another property patrol. Voice is still a little messed up from being sick, man. That stuff, man, it just wouldn't let loose. It's hard. Hard. Wasn't COVID, wasn't flu, and I still got it. So, but I'm a lot better now. A lot better, but I wanted to get out here and do this and all that. It's about 90 degrees, about 90% humidity, but we got a wind, so it's not quite so bad. It's hot, but it's not quite so bad. I'm wearing the ATAX. I got a ATAX AU top, and I got my ATAX AUX bottoms. Of course, this chest rig is an ATAX AUX. This hat is an ATAX AU. So, and the FG probably would have worked. Probably would have worked a little better for concealment purposes. But I actually wanted to wear this just to kind of see for myself, kind of what it looked like during this time of season. Because I mean, like right now where I'm at, there's a lot of browns and this rock and a lot of dead leaves and stuff. But out there in the field, there's greens and tans. So, I just kind of wanted to see what it looked like, you know, for myself, you know, because this does have little bits of green in it and stuff like that if you've ever seen it. So, yeah. And I wanted to get out and carry this and see how it carried and everything. Got everything kind of set up a little bit. I'm not sure how. I'm going to replace this stock, so it's not bad, you know, it's not bad back here like this on the strap, but I am going to get a different stock than this. For one thing, because it's noisy, that's why. Other than that, that's no other reason really. Let's see. Yeah, and I wanted to carry this and see how it felt, you know, out here. And I have to say, it feels good to be a little lighter weight. Not to take anything away from my A2, A3, A4, whatever you want to call it, 20 inch. I love that rifle. That is the way it was meant to be. But we have all these now too. And that's what I got this, really. Something different and something a little lighter weight, you know. I'd have to say it carries really well and all that. So I've got a couple things I've done to it. You know, I just put I've got the swing swivel, the sling swivel, detachable one, you know, right here that came with the rifle, but I kind of prefer it down here. I just left this one as it is, put a BCM one down here, and that way it gives me 2 points of attachment if I need it, you know. And if one fails or whatever. And this running the strap like this, it keeps it out of my way, it keeps it out of my shoulder and stuff and everything. So, but yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm just down here wanting to do this, get out, you know, tired of laying around being sick. So I felt quite a bit better. So I was like, man, I got to get out here, you know, I got to get out here. And this will be good therapy, you know. I mean, granted, the wind and the pollen and the allergy stuff's going to kill me on top of this, but that'll be all right. It'll be all right. One thing I was going to mention too is that I seen another video on, I guess this guy, military people, some military people don't like what us civilians do because we haven't trained and all that kind of stuff and whatever. They didn't even like it. That ex-military, been out for a long time. They were, you know, this Larping thing, you know, I never used that term. I've seen it around a few times, but it's been becoming a more popular term here lately. Larping. Live action role playing, I think is what it means. I've actually kind of done this stuff like this off and on for years, even before YouTube coming out here and things like that, before I started doing that. Not quite as much, but because I just enjoy it. I enjoy doing this, even if I am, doing it for a reason, but I actually enjoy it. I actually enjoy getting out here and all that. But yeah, for those guys saying that, not allowed to LARP or you shouldn't, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? I mean, nothing to take away from what those guys are, what they've done, we're thankful for that, and cool. You guys, cool. That's you guys. But, we are also, as citizens of this country, we are the militia, that M word, militia. But you forget, that a lot of the Revolutionary War and things like that was founded or fought and things like that with people who were just farmers. They weren't in the army, the army that they really didn't even have one and for a while, but you had just regular everyday people who just want to be left alone. And that's kind of what I want, the reason, I've said it before on my videos, the reason that I do this is one is, and have these kinds of things like that and go train with it, shoot with it and things like that, whatever. Because I do consider this training somewhat, not like I'm running a, 18 course, boot camp training, or anything like that. But the thing is that I have this for life, liberty, and family, family first, life, of course, for my family, liberty, and to defend all that. That's what I have this stuff for. And part of the reason I do this is because if the shit goes down and I'm out here, I want to know my area, I want to know it like the back of my hand. And I want to know places where to get. And if they come to me, they don't know this area like I will, They, even if they're people from around here, want to like come over and whatever. I will have areas and know where to be. Does that guarantee anything? No, that doesn't guarantee I'm going to win. We know that. Most of us know that because most of us are not stupid. That if something comes down, you could be like the first one to go. It could be it, And it just depends, But at the same time, you've got to, in that situation, you've got to try, And if you're just cold from coming in, doing this cold, from not doing this, from just sitting on your couch watching the game or something like that, and you've been doing that for years and you have this kind of stuff, but you've never really used it, never really got out in the woods and things like that, then hell, you are already behind the curve, But those guys, that's what this country was founded on, is freedom. And they can have their opinion, whatever, I don't care. But at the same time, I've got my opinion, I've got my thoughts. Maybe because I've noticed, over the last few years, that this kind of stuff, a lot of people are starting to do this. It's not like it's a trend, it's because it's popular, it's because I think people are genuinely concerned about things going on in the world and in our country. And you can't blame them for that. Now, maybe those guys are concerned that a lot of people like us are doing this, and maybe they, back in their minds, are going to be the aggressor, and they don't want to have to fight, no telling how many people who are doing this. You know what I mean? Like, not saying they're scared, but they're scared, kind of thing. Maybe, They don't want to have to fight our own people, because those guys like that, I believe, would probably, since they're so jacked up on steroids and stuff like that, they'd be okay with probably shooting American citizens. And I'm not saying that they would, or maybe they're not even okay with that, but you know, there are people who would do it, and military people who would do it. You know, my thing is that you swore an oath. I'm one of those that anybody actually who swore an oath to defend, uphold, and defend the Constitution, foreign and domestic, the whole works. If you actually swore an oath on that, no matter what position you're in, and you can't, you won't, or are unwilling to, then you are in breach of contract, and you need to step down or be removed from said position immediately. That goes from the lowest to the highest. I really think that. And we know that people abuse the Constitution all the time, and that's not cool, you know. I mean, especially when you swore an oath. But if you swear the oath and don't uphold that and infringe on the liberty that's, you know, that's the God-given rights, but that's written down on paper as our laws, you don't need to be in that position. That's not the job for you. I don't care if you're a, you know, local police officer. I don't care if you're the President of the United States. And we all know that a lot of them, even even Republican, both sides, all sides, you cannot uphold the Constitution and the oath that you swore upon, then you need to get out. But that's kind of the thing, though, is that those guys don't think that we should be able to do this. Well, buddy, you're in America. We have the Constitution, you know. Appreciate everything you've done, but you're not the boss. You know, you're not the boss of me or anybody else. You can have your opinion, and we have ours, and this is what we're going to do. And we have the very fundamental rights, God-given rights, to defend our family, our liberty, our freedom, all of that. We have that, and we have the ability with these items to do so. We can't let anybody take these, despite recent events. You know, mental health is the big issue, man. I mean, it really is a big issue. And a lot of you, if you've seen the Texas shooter guy, you know, have seen some of his personal pictures and things like that. Dude's mentally ill. I mean, straight up. You know, he was pretty much a tranny. So, and all that. So, but anyway, I mean, we can't let them, you know, tell us what to do. Can't let them take these. You know, because to me, they say, no, don't do it. Don't go out and LARPing or whatever. I actually say, do it. The more, the better. The better for you, you know, to do it. I don't care how old you are. Get out, take it easy. You know, you don't have to run it hard, you know, unless you want to. You know, I wouldn't recommend running it hard. Take it easy, you know, get to know your property. In your area where you're gonna be. Yeah, I've still got a cold. But know your area. Know how to operate this stuff. You don't gotta tackle yourself out. You don't gotta carry 100 pounds of shit on you all the time. Carry what you need. You know, carry what you're going to think you're going to need just for what you're doing right now. But be serious about it. You know, I enjoy doing it, but I also take this seriously. So that's really it on that, you know. It's really it. I'm just rambling on. My voice is shot now, so I'm going to end this and everything, but yeah, it was good to get out though. It felt good. Physically, I feel fine. It's just right here, you know, that I'm like messed up at. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to do. Just talk some shit, you know, and say, do what you want. You're free to do what you want. And fuck those guys, you know. We appreciate you, appreciate what you've done, but you know, we're gonna continue doing what we do. And because we can't depend on you to do it for us. We have to do it ourselves. And that goes for anybody, you know. So anyway, that's it. Enjoy. I will paint this rifle. I'm going to paint it. The only thing I'm thinking I'm going to change on it is get some stocks and some sights, and I think that's pretty much it. Maybe a light. You know, probably do that too, since might as well, you know, get all tactical, you know. But, you know, a light will help, you know, for nighttime stuff, whatever. But anyway, that will be it for now, guys. One final thought as we're getting out of here is that when it comes to the LARPing and all that stuff, and anything that we do in this country, we're on a Memorial Day weekend while you're grilling up your hot dogs and all that stuff. Remember, everything that we have freedom in this country is because of all those people who have died in wars since the incarnation of this country. So, thank them for that, and because of that, we have the freedom to do all these things. And they paid with their lives, sacrifice, you know. And if we let our constitutional rights disappear and things like that, then think about it. All those people from the beginning of this country have died for nothing. And we can't let that happen either. Those people died for this country to keep us our freedoms and things like that. And this country is turning into a communist cesspool. We cannot let that happen. And those people who've died for that, all these wars, fighting communism, fighting for freedom, we can't let them have wasted their lives for nothing. For nothing. We can't let that happen. So God bless this country. God bless us all. And remember what this weekend is about. Keep that with you at all times. Not just on a weekend, this weekend, Memorial Day. Keep that in your mind at all times. Keep it heavy.